Hello and welcome back to Transfer Talk, the series. Today we're going to cover misconceptions about the transfer process. There's so many rumors and misconceptions out there, so we're going to go through some of them and straighten them out so you know what's real and what's not. So we're going to start off with fact versus fiction. There's a lot of rumors and misconceptions about the transfer application process, and that there's a lot of things that they say you should do or shouldn't do. So always the first step, the first defense to these misconceptions are to check the university websites and speak to university representatives or advisors to make sure you're getting the correct information. So we're going to look at some of these facts or fictions and see what's real. You need an associate's degree to transfer. False. Most programs do not require an associate's degree to transfer. Competitive programs actually want students typically to come in as close to the minimum requirements as possible. They want you to take their classes once you transfer. So they're looking for students to come in as close to those minimum hours as possible, which is probably around 15 to 24 credit hours. And if you're looking to complete the associate's degree, you're looking closer to 60 hours. Now, associate's degrees are required for some programs. Usually those are going to be the Bachelor's of Applied Science degrees, which takes the entirety of the Associates of Applied Sciences and wraps it up into the Bachelor's program. So it takes it as a whole, and all you have to take are the additional classes required on the Bachelor's. And then for health professions, they may require the associates, such as RN to BSN programs, or some health programs like sonography that may require the associates for you to get your bachelor's because they want you to be certified prior to going to those programs. So you don't have to take all the courses on a transfer guide. That is correct. Many universities will not require students to take all of the courses on a transfer guide as long as they meet the minimum requirements. So make sure if you see a transfer guide, if it says that there's some required courses, you will have to complete the required courses. But the ones that just happen to just fall below and don't say required to transfer, you may not have to complete those before transferring. So make sure you're reading carefully. You can apply directly to law, medical, optometry, pharmacy, or veterinary school, or any type of professional program. False. You either have to complete a bachelor's degree, complete the bachelor's degree and prerequisites, or complete the prerequisites in full before you can apply. Now, typically, for some programs, such as medical school, you can apply to medical school without completing your bachelor's. However, depending on where you're attending, the prerequisites for medical school usually end up getting you enough credits to complete your bachelor's degree, meaning that if you're in the sciences, usually those prerequisites will complete your science bachelor's degree. So make sure you're reading carefully and making sure you're meeting those prerequisites. Now, usually your chances of getting into medical school go a lot higher when you complete your bachelor's degree rather than not completing. And also it looks a lot better if you decide you don't want to do medical school to have a backup plan with your bachelor's degree already completed. Now, you will have some pharmacy schools that will accept students transferred into their program. However, there's very rare circumstances for pharmacy schools to actually accept students transferred in directly. Not many schools offer a 6-year pharmacy school program where you receive your bachelor's and you can finish pharmacy school. However, there are some out there, but most of the time you have to be completing your bachelor's before you can apply to pharmacy school. If I'm not admitted, I can stay at Lone Star College and continue to take courses and increase my GPA. It depends. Fact, if you're around 30 credit hours, and you still have courses you can take to complete your associates if you choose to do so. This may raise your GPA and lessen your time at the university if you take more required courses at Lone Star College. But this is false if you're close or over 45 credit hours. As you take on more and more credits, the average of the new grades that are coming in are going to make your GPA average not go up by too much, because of so many credits that the more credits you take, the less that one grade is going to take into your GPA. So if you're already close to completing an associate's degree, you might as well move on. If a bachelor's degree is what you're after, it may be better to move on, get your bachelor's degree, and not spend money on courses that either might not transfer, may not raise your GPA, or may not even be used in your bachelor's degree. I can retake courses multiple times for grade replacements and it will raise my GPA to transfer. False. Now, Lone Star College does offer grade replacements. However, not many universities will accept the grade replacements. Now, while there's some universities that will accept grade replacements, typically they will only take the replacement once, meaning the first time you take the course again, the first time you replace that grade, that's going to be the time they replace the grade. Now, most universities will not take grade replacements and will instead average the times you took it, average all those together, and reflect that in your GPA calculation. So make sure that you're checking the website, see who does grade replacements. If they do take grade replacements, how many times can you take the course, and will all of those times be taken into grade replacement, or will it only be the second time you've attempted the course? So make sure you read that, because sometimes we say a school accepts grade replacements, but what we mean, they only take the second attempt. So here's some last minute tips for transferring. Start early. The earlier you start, the more likely you are to be prepared to meet deadlines. And if you start your research early on, you can make sure you stay on track and meet minimum requirements. So if you find out you need a certain GPA and you're in your first semester, you already know that you need to do really well that first semester to make sure you stay on track. Making sure you have backup plans. Apply to a safety school to ensure you're able to move on to get that bachelor's degree. Don't wait until it's too late to decide, I need somewhere else to go. You need to make sure you have that in your mind early on, just in case. And make sure you have a second choice major. If you're interested in a university, choose a major outside of your first choice college or department, such as economics instead of business. If business is very competitive at that university and you put that as your first choice major, have a backup plan. Is economics within the College of Liberal Arts and they have lower requirements? Try that. That will also get you on the pathway to possibly getting an MBA in the future, or maybe getting internships working with economics or in finance. Check websites regularly. Check the university websites regularly, because admissions information may change year to year, or even semester to semester. If things happen, things may change quickly. So you'll need to make sure you're staying on top of that. Read thoroughly. You need to check websites, transfer guides, all the information that is available out there. Read it carefully. Cut out the time that you have to wait for emails to get back to you or phone calls to be returned if the general information is on the website that you're asking about. And check your application status regularly. Don't overdo it. Just check it once a day just to make sure you have all of your application information in, it's on time. And if you have any questions about anything, you still have time to ask about it if you check it on a regular basis. Did you know there's a 66 credit hour cap at most in-state public institutions, meaning that only 66 credit hours will transfer and apply to degree requirements. If you have over 66 credit hours when you're transferring, the university has the opportunity to pick and choose what courses will transfer. And they're most likely going to choose the courses that will apply to the degree you're going in, but do keep that in mind that they will be choosing the credits. Some universities offer a full-time or 12 credit hour cap on tuition, meaning that if you're a full-time student, you're enrolled in 15 credit hours, your tuition doesn't go up after 12 credit hours. As long as you're full-time and you meet the minimum of 12 credit hours, you're not being charged for anything above 12 credit hours. So that's just something to keep in mind. Majors versus minors. Are you interested in multiple majors? Maybe you want to major in business, a minor in English, or just do a double major. Well, you can also do a major versus a minor. Usually minors are required for liberal arts students, some communications majors if you're interested in advertising or public relations. So pretty much minors are like majors, but they require less time and less credits to be completed. You don't get a bachelor's degree from a minor, but it is noted on your degree when you complete a minor. You can major in English, and maybe you can minor in business. You want to do some type of business, but you don't want to make it your full degree plan. You can still major in what you want to do and pick up some business classes on the way. And then the biggest thing is that there's multiple paths to one career. You don't have to major in the career field you're interested in. If you're interested in business, there's multiple degrees out there where you can get experience as a minor in business, or just decide that you just want to pick up some skills. You can literally major in anything and you could still end up being in business or anything like that. You can go to law school and you can have a science degree. It doesn't matter. As long as you're picking up prerequisites, you can go to any type of school that you want to, any type of professional school that you want to go into, as long as you meet the prerequisites. Medical school actually prefers students that go into liberal arts rather than a biology degree, as long as you meet the prerequisites. Liberal arts gives you a chance to learn new things and to challenge ideas and to do critical thinking, while you're still picking up all of the prerequisites for medical school to be ready. Now, of course, you're going to have those careers that do require a degree, such as engineering. But if you don't want to get accepted to engineering, look into engineering technology. Engineering technology, although not engineering itself, you are still able to become a certified engineer. It takes a few more years to complete. However, with engineering technology, you have the basis of engineering. It takes a few more years to complete everything for your portfolio for certification, but at some point you will be able to become a certified engineer with engineering technology. So with all of that information, are you ready to transfer? Are you ready to take that next step in your educational life? Well, you have all the information at your hands now, but if you still have questions, you can visit our website, lonestar.edu/transfer-CyFair, and you'll be able to see all of the transfer guides that we have that we typically use. You'll see upcoming events, FAQs, or if you still have some questions, you can email us at cf-transferservices@lonestar.edu, and we can make an appointment, or we can just answer those simple questions you may have about the process. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have anything that you want us to cover in the future, please let us know. And we'd be happy to see you in our office or at maybe a live version of Transfer Talks. All right, thank you for watching.